Hilma warms herself by the fireside, her hands aching from work. For the last few days, she's banged together steel plating with assistance from the souls of Hopetown. After all of this labor, we finally have everything we need to put the steam engine together. However, it is not without its risks. There is always a chance that we could fail partway through, and so Hilma has close to her that book, the only book here at the dawn of time, a book containing poems of the old Norse gods. She speaks silent prayers in the hopes that she will prevail. And so we begin. Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Innawood, where we have a moderately weary Hilma Baron who has just finished making all of that steel plating. We have our 8 pieces of steel plating, sheets of it, and we also have another large clay pot of water here because we actually need 150 water as part of the recipe. I mean, the steam is going to come from somewhere, and so that'll be part of the closed cycle. It's not a closed cycle, right? Will we have to refill the water? Well, if we're on the water, we won't have to worry so much, will we? But regardless, we have everything. And so we have to hope together on the 3rd day of winter here that we can prevail. Now, we might not do this in one go because it is like an 8-hour crafting process. But let's have a look. Steam engine. Okay, we don't fully understand the principles of welding, which does allow the chance for failure. And just in general, making this, there is a chance of failure because we lack some of the proficiencies. Okay. I don't think we are likely to get welding. It's simple engines that we also don't have the proficiency for. If we have a look in here and have a look at our proficiencies, we can kind of see how close we are to certain things. I'm not even seeing some of the other proficiencies in here that we would need. So, principles of welding. Time to learn 6 hours. I mean, how much would that use? Because that's the thing is, I think it would also use our power to be able to do that. Oh, we have some new chemicals. Zinc powder. Or maybe it's just a different recipe for it. If we head to practice, welding beginner. It uses the rods. It also uses the power that we have in our welder to be able to do that. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to take the chance. There is the chance that while we are doing it, we get the proficiency. We have seen that happen before. So we just have to hope. 8 hours and 11 minutes. It'll take 2 times longer than normal. So I think on average, it must take around about 4 hours. Okay, let's begin this thing. We're going to be using the water that is nearby because it's not going to be changing during this recipe. We don't have it in the fire, so it won't become clean. It'll just stay as it is. And surprisingly, this is going quite quickly. 20%, okay. 30, still good. We've hit 40%. We are starting to get pretty wary, very wary. I think we're probably going to stop at 50% so that we can have something to eat and consider whether or not we want to continue it tonight. Let's stop crafting there. The sun is starting to set and we are tired now. I feel like that will increase our chances of stuffing up. So as much as I imagine Hilma wants to just push through and get this done today, it's going to be a tomorrow thing. So let's, with the rest of the team, go back inside and have a long rest. And we're back at the fireside. And first things first, we're going to be heating up some nice meat pies to power us through the rest of the day. We'll start munching back on those and drink some nice, cold, clean water. Wonderful. Okay, time to continue. Back to the craft we go. 60%. So one of the things that can happen with failure is we just lose progress. I am hoping that if anything happens, it's that. We're at 70 now though. We are making it through this. 80%, 90%, as we start to feel our stomach rumble with hunger. 99, come on. There. That is it. A working, makeshift steam engine. And yeah, we'll zoom all the way out because at the top of our lungs, Hilma is going to yell. Steam, no, all caps. Steam power. There we go. What an accomplishment. Now, during that, did we get any of those proficiencies? So there was simple engines and also welding. Yes, the principles of welding. So we did manage to learn that through there. I thought I might have seen something pop up. Simple engines, we are at 52%. Okay, that's pretty good, Hilma. So that is a massive part of this whole process out the way. Now, out of curiosity, how heavy is this makeshift steam engine? Oh, it weighs 225 kgs. As you might imagine, this is a primitive steam engine. An integrated boiler burns coal to heat water into steam, driving a reciprocating shaft. A condenser recaptures this water, making this a closed cycle system. Cool, it is closed cycle. I like it. Okay, that is very, very good. Now, we can do some other funky things, like we can get an alternator for this, so we'd actually be able to store power. And I'm kind of not against doing that because we could use this clay car battery that we've got here to store some of that power. But at the end of the day, we still need to get some other things built up. Now, from memory, we do have at least 4 boat hulls. Okay, that's not bad. In total though, I think we're going to need around about 6 for what I have planned. So our next step is just that, making some boat hulls. But we've got others here with us, so they should be able to help us out, they should be able to assist us. We are going to get this light on, I think, just so that we can see a little bit better, and it looks like we are going to have to refuel the fire. We definitely need the fire going at this stage, just for our own warmth and comfort and the others. Alright, no one's on fire. That's a good sign. So let us have a look now at the boat hulls. And we can make more aluminum. Okay, aluminum ingots, we are going to need a few more of those, so I think it's probably best us making those first. So what are we going to need for the ingots? Just the native aluminum, which we have. So we are going to go and, I think, get 9 out of this. Okay. So we really only need to be making 2 more hulls. And oh yeah, we can make lots. Oh, we got 41 ingots. Okay. Yeah, so we can definitely do this, and it's only going to take us 54 minutes and 55 seconds for us to do that. We're going to use the forge rather than the welder to do it because the forge is much easier to fuel. And there we go. Excellent. So we've got 6 boat hulls in total. That will mean we are going to need 6 extra light frames. And right now, I believe we just have the 1. I don't think we have any more than that. Okay, all right. Extra light frame. It also uses the aluminium ingots. Beautiful, beautiful. So we want to make 5 of these. It's going to take us 48 minutes and 50 seconds. So much faster, so much easier for us to do this. And oh, we don't have the charges necessary to do it. Our makeshift welder is out of charges, or it doesn't have quite enough. Now, this is the second time we've run into this issue. I don't know whether or not the dry batteries that we are making could be rechargeable. There is a possibility that we'll be able to plug them into the system, into this clay car battery grid. Can we though? Can we? Yes, it was the battery compartment mod. A battery compartment mod that allows using vehicle batteries and small storage batteries in regular tools. We would need to have a little bit more power in our soldering iron. We need a little bit more scrap metal. I honestly think that this is something that's going to be worthwhile for us. It does mean that we will need to power our soldering iron though. So let's go grab the soldering iron and just have a look what we are, currently using to power it. Is there anything in it? And the answer is no. So let's see. Okay, so it uses ultralight and light batteries. I don't know if we still have the remains of our light battery or whether or not we've taken it apart because we use medium in the welder. Light dry battery. Okay, well, we've got 2 of them over there. Let's just have a swap here and see if there is enough charge because we don't need that much. Oh, we totally have enough. Well, let's get it done. Okay. Right. So we have enough charge for the solder. That's great. We need a power converter, we need some scrap metal, and then we need copper wire. So first of all, let's worry about the copper wire. That's something that we should be able to do pretty quickly. We need 5 copper wire at this stage. Ooh, not enough there. So it's the raw copper wire that we need. We need a little bit more raw copper. Okay. And for raw copper wire, we need copper rods. Okay, so... Oh man, this gives us so much raw copper wire. We're so close to having enough. So for a copper rod, it's just copper, 10 and 10. Okay. Well, that's that. Now back into copper wire. We're going to make the raw stuff first, and that's going to take us a while. We don't have the draw machine. An hour and 4 minutes. Okay. We can see that the sun is starting to get a bit lower at this stage. Our wariness is still light though. We'll work until we get tired. We are on a roll after all. Okay, back in. Let's have a look at the copper wire again. And we should theoretically be able to make a lot of it. Oh, okay. We probably didn't need to do that. It's okay. The amount that we're getting here is significant. Yeah. I think we only needed like an extra 5. I think. Yeah, well, that's okay. We might need a little bit more because of the power converter and whatnot. The scrap metal, let's just sort that out now. So for that, we are going to need to go to where our chunks are. So where are our chunks of steel? They are just up there. Okay, all right. So this will give us enough, I believe. Yeah, 5. Okay, put that soldering iron away for just a moment. There we go. That's enough of that. And now it is just the power converter. Okay, so back over towards the fire we go for some warmth. The power converter is going to need a few different things to get working. Okay, we are going to need some more copper wire. That's okay. Let's make that first of all. So we need at least 9. So I think we're going to have to do this twice. There we are. And that's super quick for us to do. Next up, we need 2 makeshift transformers, which we can do. We are going to have to refuel our base camp forge though, it looks like. And it does use a chunk of our copper wire and the steel. So we're going to make a bit of a batch on this copper wire now, just because we seem to need it for a few things and it really doesn't take us that much to make. Let's just go until we got 54. Okay, and we are going to reload with charcoal rather than the coal. We'll try and keep the coal for our steam engine. Okay, that should be that. Theoretically, yes, and we can make 2. Wonderful. The limiting factor there are the amount of chunks of steel that we've got. So, 2 makeshift transformers, done and done. Let's have some meat pies to celebrate and some clean water to wash it down. Now we can make a power converter. 1 hour and 1 minute for us to put that together. There we are. Okay, that theoretically should be everything that we need to make this mod now. Battery compartment mod. Yeah, that should be everything. Hopefully we can get this to work out. All right. Yeah, there's a chance of failure. We're going to cross our fingers. I don't want that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's not fine. It's frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, we need to make another power converter, so we are going to need a few things again. The copper wire is one of them, and the makeshift transformers. Okay, copper wire, first of all. Let's go until we've got a lot. That's that done. Now we need these makeshift transformers again. And it is the steel that is the issue there. Oh boy, yes, it is steel. We need 8, we've only got 6 at the moment. Or theoretically, we'd need 2 lumps of steel. Can we get our steel back from anything else? We can get 4 chunks into a lump. That's frustrating. It's frustrating. We're close to having what we need. You just don't quite have enough. Hang on though. We kind of do, to a degree. We have many of those small sheets of metal, and we can get scrap metal from those. It doesn't take us long to take them apart. See, we've got 12 of them here. Let's just say, let's do 12. That's given us 60 scrap metal from that alone. And then that scrap can be turned into chunks and the chunks into lumps, but we don't need to go all that way. If we just have chunks, that is enough. So let's have a look at chunks of steel. Chunk of steel. Right. And it doesn't take us that long to melt that back down. Let's go until we get 12. Here we go. Efficiency. Making it happen. Is that going to be enough? Indeed it is. Hot damn, Hilma. Okay, that's a pretty good recovery. Power converter. We've got everything we need again. Another hour and 1 minute. We should probably be getting tired soon though. Okay, there we are. Now, I will take the failure on that rather than the steam engine. So the gods are still doing us well. Back to the mod. Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to need some more copper wire and some more scrap metal. Let's do the scrap metal first. Heading back over to the sheets. Let's do at least 2 of them. Let's do 5. It's really quick for us to cut up the sheets for that. And yet again, we're in need of more copper wire. Let's get 60. That's only 6 minutes for us to do that. Okay, power. Nope, no, it's mod. Battery compartment mod. So it's the electronic soldering and the electrical circuits that's increasing our chance of failing this. Oh, we don't want to remake it. We just want to continue with this here. Yes, we do have everything to make this work now. Come on, Hilma, we got this. Oh, come on, 92%? And we're missing the power converter again. Of all the things, we are so close. Oh boy, oh boy. So we're going to need more chunks of steel. That's fine, that's totally fine. Back to those sheets. And let's get some chunks of steel. And we've got everything we need to make the 2 makeshift transformers yet again. And now we just need some copper wire. Power converter, there it is. Man, what a time we have had putting these together. I did see something green pop up there, so I don't know if we got something. Oh, practical electronics has gone up to 5. Really? Was it at 5 before? No, it wasn't. Oh, wow. We learned quite a bit. Okay, so this has been good for us. We have a number of different disposable batteries. These are like proper batteries. A UPS conversion mod, security camera, RC control, and a large wind turbine. Hot damn. Okay. That's quite a bit. Okay, but theoretically, we have what we need to be able to continue working on our craft, and we will. Come on, please. Okay. The battery compartment mod is complete. So I don't know if this is something that we apply now or kind of what the deal is going to be there. We'll go and grab it first of all. Yeah, so it is something that we can activate. We do not have compatible tools. That's probably just because they're not close by at this stage. So we need to grab our welder. Yep, makeshift arc welder. I'm going to take the battery out of there as well, just for the moment, and we're going to see if we can get this to work out okay. Sometimes we have to not be wielding them for us to be able to use it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yes, install. Okay, there we go. Now that is a permanent install into this, but that should do it. We've successfully attached the battery compartment to the makeshift arc welder. Now, I don't know if that's something that we can just hook up. Okay, but compatible magazines. We can see car battery, clay battery, etc. That's good. So what we're going to have to do here is actually take the car battery that we have. It is a clay car battery. We're going to have to take it out of sequence now. So we're going to have to unplug, I think, to be able to get that back and for us to be able to plug it into the tool. Or plug in appliances. That's not going to work like that. No, okay. Yeah, I think we're going to have to actually separate it from there. So let's see. Take down the appliance? Yes. Okay, so we're taking it down. We've taken it down. Okay, it's been disconnected, so it's not going to get power from the roof anymore. If we go reload here, there we go. We put the clay car battery into the welder. Oh, there we are. Okay. So that's a lot more charge that we have in that thing now. That'll work for a very long time. And then when we need to recharge it, we just plug it back into the system. All right, now where the hell were we at? We had the boat hulls done. It was the frames, I think, that we were working on now. The extra life frames. So we've got the 1, we just need 5. We've got enough charges in our arc welder to make this happen, and it's really not going to take that long for us to do it. We don't have skilled welding, so there's a chance that we'll fail here, but Hilma has been doing pretty good, and she's got it done. We've got the frames. Okay, fantastic. So theoretically, we have enough to get started on the shell of the boat at this point. Another reason why we really needed to do this modification to the arc welder is because we need a lot of charge to be able to do all the welding that we're going to need to do, because this boat needs to go down to the river, and that's where we're going to start working on it. Down here, we need to try and find somewhere that's going to be at least remotely safe to be able to work on it, and that's not going to be easy. we do have the travois, and I'm thinking of hooking the travois up to Ryan so that it's going to make transferring things a little bit easier. But with the kind of kilograms that we're dealing with here, yeah, we'll see what's going to be possible with that. Another thing that we can have a look at right now with this boat here is what can actually be added to it. So obviously we can get the boat hull on there. We can even apply windshields to it as well, which I feel like would probably be worthwhile. We can also apply the makeshift steam engine. So this is another important thing for us to be able to realize what we need. Strength assisted, 22. And the reason why it's 22 right now is because of everyone else that's around us. And also maybe even just Lakendra might be enough to help us lift this 225 kg thing into the boat. But if not, we can kind of do makeshift rigs. We can also put an extra light quarter panel in. And that's just using welding rods and pipes. A half-height thin metal wall keeps zombies outside the vehicle but allows people to see over it. So that's something that would be worthwhile putting around the outside of the vehicle. If we were going to do that, see, I'm trying to figure out how I want to run this in my mind. I think what we'll have is, looking at this, if this is the center of the vehicle, we would have the front of it here, have a windshield, and then go, like quarter panels all around the outside here. And then at the back is where the makeshift steam engine would be. And that would be an open square, which is a little dangerous, and that would mean that this square here, that's where our vehicle controls would be, and that's also where our seat would be. And so those are also things that we're going to have to make before we go anywhere else. We are also going to need somewhere where we can store a fair amount of charcoal. So understore floorage, maybe underneath the seat, if that's possible for us to do. That's something that we would probably want to try and have a look at. But this extra light quarter paneling, that might be what we want to do. Just because the weight, 1.2 kgs, the lighter this vehicle is, the faster it will be able to move. Because this makeshift steam engine, obviously, that is a very heavy engine, but it powers itself quite well. So I honestly, I think this boat's going to fly, just with how light we're making everything. Because even the boat hull, each of those, they're only 2.2 kgs. In actual fact, we could probably make most of this boat here and then drag it, because of how lightweight it is. But the issue will be that it's going to be too wide to be able to do that. So we are going to have to do it in stages. But yeah, I think the next thing that we need to think about, for one, we do need to finish off the vehicle controls, which we have over here. I believe they are partially done. Let's just have a look for in progress. In progress vehicle controls. Okay, so we did need some extra things to be able to work on that, I believe. What were we missing? Okay, 2 wires and a set of pipe fittings. The pipe fittings we can put together easy as, and the wires, it's a similar kind of situation. So we're just going to drop that onto the side there for now. It was 2 wires, I believe. Wire does take us a while to make, and we can see, oh right, we get 6 from doing this. Okay, 3 hours and 3 minutes. We're going to start it now, but no doubt this is probably something that we're going to have to finish tomorrow. I don't know what's with Hilma today, but she's been indomitable. I mean, some of these things aren't as intensive when it comes to energy expenditure, but I'm still impressed with just how much she's actually been able to do in this single day of crafting. That's all the wire that we're going to need. Let's finish off those meat pies, drink some water. Okay, what is our next step? Let's push Gerald out the way and just see what we needed for that. Okay, the set of pipe fittings. So for that, chunks of steel. Okay. We know how we can make chunks. We only need one more chunk of steel. We just need a little bit more scrap metal. So back on over here we go, and we're going to cut up some more of those sheets. Let's just say 5 for now. Chunk of steel. We just needed the 1, I think. I probably should have checked not to waste time, but here we are. Nope, pipe fittings. That's everything that we needed. But another 3 hours and 3 minutes. Surely we're not going to be able to finish this today as well. Okay, the light is really starting to fail at this stage. And we're getting weary. We're not yet tired, so I think we are going to try and ride it out as long as we can, because obviously natural light makes it easier for us. We are tired now though. Just a little more.
And we are there. Okay, all right, so we are quite tired after all of that. We are very hungry as well. We are going to have some lard to finish the day just because we've been spending a lot of energy and I want to make sure that we're going to sleep with a lot of calories. But yeah, that's another day. And you know what? No, we're not sleeping out here. Back to the cave.
And beginning off our day, we're going to be heating up some vegetable pies to eat. And no doubt we're going to have to go get some more than just that, but it's enough to get us started. Okay, that should be everything that we need to work on those vehicle controls. We should also have the pipe as well, yes. And indeed we do. And it looks like we have ourselves some vehicle controls. Excellent. Okay, so the next step for us will be a seat of some kind. You need to have a seat. And so under operations, we can see that there are a number of different options that we have for seats here. So a foldable seat is literally just a sheet. There's nowhere to attach a safety belt or anything like that. So all of these, or rather most of them, use a seat of some kind. And as we can see on the components, it's just seat. I did talk about maybe wanting to put a sail on it as well. I'm not sure, it does take up space, we'll think about it. We could go for the wooden seat route, although it is quite heavy. That's 8 kgs for that. It's using a full wooden frame to be able to put it in place. There is some storage that comes with a proper seat, but installing a proper seat isn't super straightforward. So if we have a look at seat, we'll see what we'd need to be able to put it together. So springs, and then pipe fittings. There's a lot that goes into that. So I am thinking it's going to be much more straightforward for us just to make a wooden frame. I mean, ideally we'd do a lighter version of that, but I don't think that's an option really. We do have flimsy wooden seat as an option that knocks off 4 kgs, and that's just a light wooden frame. It is also using a number of different ropes. We have one short cordage rope at the moment. We'd need an extra one for us to be able to do that. And to make a light wooden frame, I believe we are using ropes as well. Yeah, so that's kind of the issue there, is that we'd have to make a lot of ropes, and well, we can make ropes with sinew, and we do have a fair amount of sinew. Let's just have a look and see what our options are rope-wise at the moment. Okay, so tanned hides are one option for those ropes. There are the cordage ropes, which we do have enough to put a few of those together. Honestly, I'd like to give that a shot if we can. Let's put together 5 short cordage ropes, and we'll see if we can get a light frame. Yep, all we need are 3 planks, or 6 sticks. And we've got all of that down here. You know, we'll go for the plank route. I feel like that's a little bit nicer. All right, light wooden frame, that's everything we need for it. Okay, so what do we need in addition to that? Nothing. We actually have everything we need. We've got the ropes that we need to be able to make that. Okay, that's good. So we have our seat, we have our controls, we have the engine. We just need somewhere where we're going to be able to store stuff. And also we do need to make these extra light quarter panels. I've kind of done a little bit of a miscalculation. In my mind, I was talking about doing a raft that was like 6, which means that we wouldn't really need the quarter panels on the side, because it'd be like 2, 2, 2. So kind of like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. In my mind though, I was imagining one that's 9 wide, which certainly would be safer. It just comes down to, do we have everything that we need to be able to do that? We just need 3 extra frames, 3 extra boat hulls. I don't think that's too much to ask. We've got the ingots to do it, I think. We're going to start off by making these frames. I'm so glad we made as many welding rods as we did way back when. Makes this process so much faster. And then boat hull. Okay. We're just short? Just short. You know what? Theoretically, we don't need to add too many of these boat hulls. Add boat hulls until the vehicle floats. So theoretically, we might not need to put one right in the center of the vehicle as long as we just put them around the outside. So maybe we just stick with what we've got for now and see if we can make that work. Yeah. Okay, I'm kind of on board with that. But yeah, we are going to need some more pipes, I think, in general, for us to be able to make the quarter paneling we need. Hang on though, 1 pipe. Okay, so that is an extra light quarter panel. We have everything we need to be able to make those. We've already got all the pipes that we would need. We wouldn't need more than 10. So I think we have everything.
Oh boy. Okay. Right. Well, with that being the case, we kind of need to get the travois ready for transport then, and we'll see how much we're actually able to bring with that. So we've got our travois here. It can take 75 liters worth of stuff. So yeah. How doable is that going to be? That's a lot of forest that we also have to go through. Honestly, I think one of the best methods is more than likely going to be just dragging stuff along. We will be bringing everyone with us. Or do we need everyone? No, I think just bringing Lake will help. I don't think we are actually going to bring Lake with us on the journey. Controversial, I know. Hopetown will need a defender while Hilma is away. So I think we might actually have enough strength with Lakendra to be able to lift the vehicle. Let's just see. Not the vehicle, the engine. Strength 18, I think combined with Hilma's strength, that should be enough. I don't know if it needs to be a combined strength of 22, but together they should be able to do that. So that is actually everything. Okay, right. We're going to make sure that everyone is safe and secure up here, and then we're going to start moving things.
Okay, I think we have everything we are going to need, at the very least, to get things started. Now, not sure where we're at in terms of the day. We are fresh. It is more than likely still the morning for Hilma at this point. We have everything all piled up here, and frustratingly enough, I haven't been able to find our pike. I cannot remember for the life of me where that thing is right now. But we do have a copper spear in our hands, which is going to be good. With that, we can attack things from a distance, and of course, slung over our back, we have one of our flintlock rifles. We also have our scabbard carrying our sword, and, well, we have Lakendra following us along for now. I do believe we have everything we need to get this thing started, and so we are going to be hauling this, which is going to take a fair amount of time, all the way down the river. Now, I do wonder if it might be faster for us to drop the spear so that we're kind of, dragging things with both of our hands. And the way I see it, we're dragging things with Lakendra here, and there is a lot of stuff that we're moving. It's going to take a lot of energy, it's going to take a lot of time, but eventually we will get there. And I think the best route that we could possibly look at taking at this stage is kind of going down by here and then just crossing over. So we might be able to use the travel system to be able to go a little bit further. The travois, unfortunately, just isn't going to help us with the amount I think that we have here. Yeah, it's 310 kgs worth of stuff. The majority of that is the makeshift steam engine. So, I mean, theoretically, we could probably carry most of the things on the back of the travois. It's just navigating the forest is not an easy task. So we're going to put on safe mode. We are going to pop onto our map, and we're going to see if we are able to navigate down to this point here. And of course, it's going to take a while. Well, all things considered, that wasn't too bad. You might also notice that Hilma is looking slightly different. She's got the fur scarf wrapped around her mouth, and she's got the cowboy hat on her head as well, just for a little additional warmth. Our torso is super encumbered at the moment, so we really wouldn't want to be fighting anything close up. We're going to have some of the pies that we've got here. We are more than likely going to need to get food before we go on any big odysseys, but I'm kind of thinking if we do get this thing built, just going on a little bit of a maiden voyage, trying to see if we can link up the river here, that would be the goal. Still, we need to get to a safe point on the river to be able to even begin construction. So we are going to try and see if we can navigate through this forest, which, as we know, isn't the easiest thing to do. We're probably going to have to turn off the auto travel because, we need to make sure that we're keeping track of where we're moving and to make sure that we are actually moving the goods. And we can see the forest starting to spread out. And there we go. We have made it onto the other side. So we obviously want to avoid the swamp here. We want to avoid this wasp hive. So heading out into the open here and then heading straight down is probably going to be our best course of action. Oh, we've spotted a great tusked moose. Yes, let's stop moving items and just see where this creature is and
what it is. Okay, it's down there. We don't actually have a marker for it. Or rather, we don't have a sprite for it. But it is a mutant variety of megafauna evolved after the Cataclysm. Or perhaps this is just, good old megafauna. Right now, I would hope that it isn't going to want to try and bother us too much. But we've got our eyes out. Stop moving the items. I mean, it's far enough away that it shouldn't be causing us an issue. So we're just going to kind of try and move away from it. But of course, at the same time, be wary that there is something out there. Let's take a moment to have some more food. We are burning calories, lugging this stuff along with us. Oh, and we've got ourselves an alpha bee. Quite far away from the hive, I see. Okay, and our first enemy that is the closest to us is the death rattle serpent. And this thing is coming for us. Okay, so we got to try and fight it. And honestly, the best thing to do in this scenario is going to be using our rifle. So let's activate that holster, draw out the gun, and get ready to shoot. Okay, we were able to get to precise even before it got all that close. A good shot. It's got heavy arterial bleeding. We're going to see if we can go for a second. Oh, yep, that should do it. And with having Lakendra that close, I think that she's going to take care of this pretty quickly. Although, in saying that, no, it's bit her head. Ouch, you going to strike back there, Lakendra? Yes. Oh, you most certainly are. Now, she is dealing with a poison right now. We are going to quickly, let's first of all give this holster. Let's make that holster H, and we'll put that away. We'll smash that corpse. Lakendra, you are doing okay at the moment. I think it might be worth us still putting something on your head wound there. Oh, that's a deep bite. Needs cleaning. Damn it. I don't know if we can cauterize a wound on Lakendra. We can certainly stop the bleeding, but the wound still looks bad. Yeah, that's not fun. And there's poison to boot. How is that arm of yours doing? Not good. Okay. Well, let's work on that too. So I think at this stage, we might just have to try and get stuff here and then get back home. Alternatively, if we are able to get to some cattails here, we can get cattail jelly and we can look at treating this wound. That's probably going to be the safest thing for us to do. So for the moment, we're going to push on. It looks like the poison has passed, but we need to remember that Lakendra is suffering from a potentially infectious wound. Oh, and before we go any further, we need to make sure that we reload our rifle. What is that? Rubber dog rain suit. I'm sorry? A rubber dog rain suit. Interesting. It's pretty damaged. How strange. I mean, that's the grass, but weird. We're tiring, but we are making it a fair way across this field. Oh, and the sun is starting to go down. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay, well, at the very least, we want to try and get some stuff to the riverside. I would hope that we're still going to have some sight. We have next to no sight at all. That is the worst case scenario. However, we can actually remember a little bit about this area here. We should be safe to get down here. This is where we met Lakendra. And Lakendra's friend, with quotation marks there, should actually still be around here somewhere. Okay, we're going to push on. I am going to make sure that safe mode is most certainly on. I'm going to see if we can get to this river's edge. Here we are. We've made it. We have made it. And, oh, we can see a little bit better. Okay, so we have shallow water here. This is the perfect place for us to look at constructing our vehicle. Yeah. Okay. Right, now that that is done, we've got some cattails just over there, so we're going to see if we can do something about that. Lakendra, let's get these cattails, grab a few of them. Now, we are going to need a fire source to be able to do this, so we're going to have to look at setting something on fire. We are also going to need to grab the fry pan that I have brought along with us. Okay, so any one of these is going to work, but maybe something that's not super close to the river would be best. I mean, just give me some long grass, really.
Guess it'd just have to be one of these. Okay, fire pistol. No, it needs to be a bush. Okay. Yeah, we do not want to go up. Thing is, we don't need to burn for too long. The withered plants might even work for us. Yep, it does. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we need 4 cattail stalks for cattail jelly. And we've just gotten the rhizomes so far. Are we only going to get the rhizomes this time of year? And not the stalks? Ooh, okay. Or is it just a percentage chance thing? Because we've always... Okay. Yeah, we're just getting the rhizomes. Oh boy. That's a bit more of a problem. Yeah, we need stalks. Okay. That's a problem. That is most certainly a problem. Okay. Lakendra, where are you going? What are you doing? We can overcome this problem because there's no reason that Lakendra shouldn't be able to cauterize the wound herself. It is something that we're just going to have to try and get her to do. Because I don't think we can do that just here. Well, frustratingly enough, I don't think that any of our weapons here can be used to cauterize a wound. The X-Acto knife, I believe, is too small for that to work. And I wasn't expecting only being able to harvest the rhizomes, which, yeah, that's all that we're getting there. Okay, well, I think we still need to mark this point. We're just going to say launch. And honestly, the easiest thing for us to do right now, it's not easy, but it's the thing that we're going to have to do, is the last place that Hilma had cattail jelly was over here at the tower. She threw it as a weapon when we were controlling Lakendra last. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a journey to get there, and I'm not a fan of going deep through the woods, so we're probably just going to go back the way that we came, back up in this direction, and then straight across towards the cave, and then back down. So it's going to be a bit of an odyssey tonight. Lakendra, let's get rolling. Okay, I can report that we safely have made it to the forest's edge already, which is great. We are getting a little chilly. Our feet are feeling it. Oh, they're really feeling it. Now, we do have a blanket, but that's a bit much. That would slow us down a lot, as you can see. And yeah, I think the best thing to do is just going to be staying moving for now. The problem is that our feet are wet currently, so that's making things a lot worse for us. Yeah, we'll take off the blanket, we'll stay on the move. And that is the path it's predicted for us. Let's see how that goes. Hot damn, we are moving fast. And oh, okay, we just dove straight in here. Yeah, let's go not this way, thank you. Why can we not exit? Oh, there we go. Okay, back outside, thank you. Well, we're back here. Now, there is a strong chance that our missing pike is around here somewhere. We're unfortunately going to be nauseous after walking on in there. But, hey, we're just damp now. Damp is better than wet. Oh my god. Oh, it was in bottles. It was in bottles. Yep. Okay, well, that's that, I suppose. Yep, okay. Well, I think we're going to have to head home to deal with this problem. Thankfully, those journeys aren't taking us that long tonight, but still, I mean, any kind of journey at night is not exactly the safest. We'll have a look and see what the predicted path is going to be. That does look okay to me. We'll take it. And we are absolutely flying. Okay, back home. Now, I don't think we have any cattails just hanging about, but we will be able to do a cauterization here, which I think is probably the play that we're going to take. We do have some crops out in the field here, but I am almost 100% sure that they are all garlic, or yeah, bee balm, so no good. And all of our other cattails have already been processed. I will triple check that. Yeah, nada. Okay, so we probably should have our butcher's knife anyway, which I believe we did hand off, so we'll grab that back
We'll give it to Lakendra, and we'll get that wound sealed. You know what? Combat knife, that'll work too. Okay. So, Lakendra, let's go into here. We're going to grab this combat knife, which we are going to have to wield. Or actually, no, we might just be able to activate it. Or not. Okay, hang on. Let's use the back scabbard first of all. Wield the combat knife? You know what? I was going to say it would be something in here about heating it. But I don't see that as an option. Interesting. Yeah, in our action menu, there is no option to cauterize. Now, it's not infected, so it doesn't need antibiotics, but these deep bite wounds, generally when you cauterize them, you're good. And even when you don't need to cauterize, there is still an option to cauterize, or at least that has been the case in the past. Now, for some reason, the combat knife might be too large of a knife for that to work for us. I would find that quite strange if that's the case. Yeah, well, I mean, this whole thing was a problem that we did not foresee or need. Well, let's go for the butcher's knife and talk to Cheryl. Same deal. Same deal with the combat knife. How interesting. Now, I do wonder if there is a new kind of context-specific thing for that, but generally when it comes to executing items, everything that you can do on a square should theoretically show up here. So it would seem that cauterization has changed. Oh dear. Regardless, I think we're going to want that knife. So we'll just get Lakendra sorted. And back in the shoes of Hilma, we'll be sure to actually bring one of those with us. The butcher's knife. Well, after doing a little bit of research, it seems that cauterization has been removed from the game altogether. So it leaves our options with Lakendra very, very limited. We cannot do much in the way of treatment out here. Yes, there is a realism to the fact that we can't treat illnesses or infections all that well out here, especially in the middle of winter. The only thing I can hope is that there is something under antiseptics, and yeah, it looks like there might be some options. Time. Although, I feel like almost all of these are going to be very difficult for us to find. Actually, makeshift antiseptic, ethanol, or denatured alcohol. That's probably the closest thing that we could get to right now. I feel like we have had time around somewhere. I'm going to check that first because that would save us some time. So, I'll see what we can do in regards to that. Okay, nothing in here currently. And that's kind of where I was going to say where everything is. No, there's time. Yes. Okay, fantastic. Oh boy, that made me nervous. Okay, all right, so we are definitely going to need something to put that in. We should have something close by. Let's have a look. Time oil. Yes. Okay. It's probably going to be worth us making more than one. This is a mildly irritating antiseptic. It does not matter if it's... Oh, wow, that takes a long time. Let's just do the one for now. We definitely have animal cooking oil around. Yeah, there we go. It was just being weird. Okay, we are going to pour that just into, for the moment, one of the clay pots, which I believe is going to be up here. Oh my... Okay, well, let's try out the thyme oil first of all, but hey, it's good to know that we've got 36 cattail jelly just sitting there. Oh man. Oh, we can't pick that up. Okay, we're gonna have to wield it. Alright, thyme oil, here we go. Use item on. We're going to use the thyme oil and we're going to use it on your head. Deep wound, oh no, you're kidding me. It's a deep wound already? It's infected. Antibiotics might be necessary. You have got to be kidding me. The time it took us to make the thyme oil was enough for it to become an infected wound. That's a death sentence. That is... I don't think there is anything that we can do about that. Yeah. Antibiotics are not a thing for us here. And it's not like we can amputate, because that's your head. That's your head, Lakendra. The only thing that we could possibly hope for is to encounter someone that is a doctor, that would have some kind of medical experience, that might have the know-how of how we would save Lakendra. But a snake bite, an infected snake bite. We are going to keep cattail jelly with us at all times going forwards. Even if it's frozen, we can heat it up. That's heartbreaking. We had the cattail jelly there as well. It was just frozen. We had everything we needed. But now that wound might be required. That is the thing. There is a slim chance that you can overcome an infection. We have actually done it before with a character in Cataclysm. There is a slim chance that you can naturally overcome it. And thinking about Lakendra, let's just have a look and see what she's got here. If there's anything trait-wise that might help. Pain resistant, not infection resistant or anything else like that, but there isn't anything in here other than slow healer that would make me think that she's more susceptible to it. I mean, she is a massive tyrannid, so I have to hope that she would be able to make it through. I think we need to keep her with us. We still need her strength. Yeah, there is nothing we can do about an infected head now. 34 minutes ago. Well, I hate to finish it here, Legionnaires, but unfortunately, that's where we're going to have to call it for today. Now, more than ever, Hilma needs to seek help. And while yes, it would probably make sense to have Lakendra resting in bed throughout this process, I can't imagine her wanting to stop. And so in the next, we will continue. We will more than likely rest here the night so that we have the full day to work using the sunlight. We are in for quite the time, I think. In the next, the maiden voyage, should nothing else go awry. Legionnaires, I ask you, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned. And finally, I would like to extend a great big thank you to the Legion on Patreon, who continue to make this cataclysmic content possible.